in this country. It is just that the car owners don't talk as much as drivers. If the owners of Uber vehicles can speak, they will complain a million times more than the drivers. Today, it seems to the whole country that drivers are the one who suffer most. But I can tell you, it is the taxi owners. It is the owners of those vehicles that shed tears every other day. But as I told you, you can be street smart. You can know where to cut corners. You can know where to use shortcut. You can know where to be smart and save yourself some money. For example, for myself, I would never ever buy a vehicle worth 1 million and put it into Uber. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today, we are going to do very, very simple mathematics and how you can become smart when investing in the taxi business. In today's analysis, you'll find that it is a very, very exciting way of doing business. And we are going to consider a perfect scenario when you invest in taxi business. And in this case, I am talking of someone who will go out there and buy a vehicle and give it to a driver. Okay, so for you, it is passive income. And this is what you would expect in the best case scenario. So this is an ideal scenario whereby you are taking very, very good care of your vehicle. The vehicle is taking good care of you, meaning it will not have mechanical damages. And also, the driver will work very well with you, meaning that he will give you all the money at any time that he is supposed to give you. So meaning that in this case, we have a guy who purchases a Toyota Passo for 1 million Kenya shillings. And then he gives that Toyota Passo to a driver. Okay, so this is a vehicle that we are assuming it is bought on cash. So there is no loan, there is no interest that this owner will be repaying. Once he gives that driver will be giving him 1,500 shillings per day, 6 days a week, because the Sunday is always left to the driver so that he can take the vehicle to the car wash and also rest. And if he wants, he can drive for himself. And then 6 days a week, 52 weeks, an year. So at the end of 1 year, that driver will have given the owner of the Toyota Passo around 468,000, almost 500,000 in 1 year. You get my point? In 4 years, because a Toyota Passo or any other vehicle that is bought from ex-Japan without major issue will serve you for 4 good years before it starts to ask for too much attention, like replacement of gearbox and engines. So at the end of the 4 years, the owner of that vehicle will have pocketed around 1.872 million. Call it 1.8. And I have said this is the perfect situation. This is the best case scenario because we are assuming that the driver has worked all the weeks, he has not fallen sick, the vehicle has not been into the garage for a long duration of time, apart for the regular services and maintenance. So that is the side of income. That is how it looks. Now, let's look at some minimal expenses. So this is not what car owners incur in normal circumstances, but if you are lucky, this is what you will incur in your first 4 years if your car does not give you troubles. So there is what I have called the dead days. Dead days are apart from the 6 days where he is paying you, there are days whereby the driver will not pay you, but the car will not have a problem. Let's say national holidays. In Kenya, we have 12 holidays throughout the year. Other days there will be like protest. Other days maybe the driver might fall sick or maybe some other things. He might attend to his children parent visiting at school, so he will not pay you for those days. And I've tried to put them to the minimum that can happen. I've put them at around 20 days per year. So 20 days, every day you are losing 1,500 for 4 years. Okay, so 20 days in a year for 4 years times 1,500. So each day you are for after the 4 years you will have lost around 120,000 to the dead days. Okay, Let's go now to the servicing of your vehicle. You know, it is the regular change of engine oil, the maybe air filter, oil filters. So service for this vehicle, if you take it to Auto Express, which is actually the cheapest, you will pay 3,000 per service. And for the services of 5,000 kilometers, they will be done every 2 months. So in 1 year, you will do around 6 car services. So times 4 years. Okay. So after the 4 years, you have spent 72,000 to service your vehicle. Let's say, because this vehicle will not be into the garage, it will always be on the road. So you must anticipate to buy new tires every 12 months, every year. Let's say you get good quality tires, each at 4,000. So every year you'll be spending 16,000 on tires times 4 years. So you'll spend 64,000. All right. And then it's a perfect situation. So you don't want to expose your vehicle to risk. So you must purchase for yourself a comprehensive car insurance. This is 50,000 per year times 4 years. You'll spend 200,000 on car insurance and other costs that might come here and there. I have, maybe you want to change the bushes, you want to change some shock absorbers here and there from time to time. I have put it at a maximum of 20,000 per year. So extras, you will spend around 80,000 in 4 years. Okay. The total of all these costs will be around 536,000. So it is there. Okay. Very important. So let's now do the subtraction. We saw that in 4 years, the driver will have pocketed around 1.8, not the driver, but the car owner, 1.8, minus the cost of buying the vehicle, that is 1 million, minus the total operational cost, around 536. So the net amount that is remaining for that car owner is around 336,000. That is after 4 years. You get my point? So that means the owner of that vehicle is making around 84,000 shillings per year. If you take 336, you divide by 4, the owner of that vehicle, after investing 1 million in cash, he is making only 84,000 shillings per year. And remember, I have called this the perfect case scenario if your vehicle decides to respect you. But if it misbehaves and starts to ask for major replacement, my friend, you will cry. And I think in this country, it is just that the car owners don't talk as much as drivers. If the owners of Uber vehicles can speak, they will complain a million times more than the drivers. Today, it seems to the whole country that drivers are the one who suffer most. But I can tell you, it is the taxi owners. It is the owners of those vehicles that shed tears every other day. But as I told you, you can be street smart. You can know where to cut corners. You can know where to use shortcut. You can know where to be smart and save yourself some money. For example, for myself, I would never, ever buy a vehicle worth 1 million and put it into Uber. Right now, I told you I'm focusing on importing my next vehicle. There have been some delays because of the court ruling with regard to the new duty. So once that is cleared, I am targeting to import, and that vehicle will arrive to me at around 600K. So there I am saving quite some good money. If I am unable to get to the import level, I will buy locally used vehicle at around 500,000 maximum. It will save me a lot of money because my numbers will not look like for this investor at the end of the day. The other important thing, okay, here, if you are buying a brand new vehicle, you can talk with your driver to give you slightly a bit more money. So you buy a smaller vehicle, 650 cc, ask your driver around 1,600 or 1,700. You have to ask for the money that works for you. Don't ask money to please anyone. If 1,500 is not working for you, ask for more money. You get my point? You can ask for 1,500. Then service, always I have said, if you are buying stuff, choose reliable suppliers like Auto Express, and then you will save something small. On the tires, okay, make sure that you don't replace your tires because of uneven wear and tear. Be very, very careful with your wheel systems. You know, the suspension, as well as, you know, the other suspension components like the bushes and the arms, and there are so many things, especially the front tires, that make tires to wear out unevenly. Because I said, if your vehicle is well balanced, is well centered, and then all the things like the bushes and the suspensions are in place, your tires of good quality should be able to serve you for a minimum of 2 years. My Nissan March, the first one, has served me for already 2 years with the same set of tires, and it is still there doing another 6 months. My recent Nissan March had some issues with bushes. I was ignoring them, and it had uneven wear and tear. And right now, I don't think the current set of tires I have will actually finish 1 year. So you must be very, very careful with your wheel system maintenance. Don't ignore anything. The other important thing is the car insurance. Me, I say, as an investor, you have to take risk. They say no risk, no story. I buy third party insurance because I cannot be in business with comprehensive. Third party insurance, 1 year, you just pay around 9 to 11,000, depending on who is selling you the insurance. Other people will buy 50,000 for comprehensive. For me, it doesn't work. And then you must pray. You must pray so that your vehicle does not get you into troubles. We know these ex-Japan vehicles, some of them, as I showed you in my last video, they come here as accident vehicles, they come as repaired, or vehicles that have been heavily modified. So it is your role to pray that the vehicle that lands into your hand is a good vehicle, because you are not the first owner. That vehicle probably has been owned by 4 or 5 other people in Japan, and you don't know how it was being used. So pray that you get a good vehicle that will serve you. What do you think, guys? Is this a business worth investing your money into, or there are other things you can do with your money? But the most important thing with investing in taxi is that the vehicle owner will have what we call the cash flow. So any car owner will never lack money in their pocket, because every day they are receiving the 1,000, the 1,500. Like myself, I will never borrow anyone 5,000 shillings, because I will always have something in my M-Pesa. And we all know that cash is king. If you have money in your pocket, it is more important than someone who has an asset that cannot be converted into liquid cash immediately. So that is one of the most important advantage of having this business, because it keeps your money circulating. But whether that money is giving you earnings, it is a conversation we need to have.